Yankees Files podcast. We are back. All three of us back together again. I'm Will Harris, your Steve Rector, your Alec Whipple, and the rest of you are fans of the team that has the best record in the American League, the best run differential in the American League, the team that Pacoda projects to win the American League East. That team, of course, is the New York Yankees. We have a lot to get into, recapping the 5-2 week that was and previewing the upcoming, you could call it a rivalry week, I suppose, with Boston and Houston. But first, as it is customary to ask, and Whipple, since you've been gone for longer, I'll ask you first. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Since you've been gone for the first time, that's what I was just thinking of, so I had to say that. Yeah, it's been a good start to the season. I know we've texted about the games that we've been to, and in our eyes, in the perspective of the podcast, the Yankees are undefeated. And I've been to a few wins. You've been to a few wins. I was at the Monday night 11-10 Yankees Angels slugfest. So
Yeah,
I got to see a lot of exciting baseball. I was also at the 9-7 Marlins win back a few weeks ago. So that was a bit more of a slog, but it's been a fun season, and I think we've kind of lived it all in 3 weeks. We've speed run the Yankees typical 6-month season cycle. So I don't really know what is left to say, because they've been good, bad, and now good, and now it should be the playoffs, right?
Yeah, exactly. Why play 162 games when you could just play 22?
Exactly.
Steve, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I think it is incumbent upon me to let you all know that you are freezing constantly on either side of me, and it is unsettling to see two smiling figures just right next to me, frozen still. But otherwise, I'm doing great. Celebrating today with Cody Bellinger on the off day, and just like Whipple said, it has been you feel like you've already gone through every emotion with this team so far. And it's a weird place to only have it be April 20th, because it almost feels like they've played a lot more baseball than that. But really, we're still in the infancy of the season, and there's still so much to have happened. But it's been going well for them lately, so vibes are good for this episode at least, which is nice.
I'd say. So I asked our audience if there was anything they wanted to hear us discuss. And you won't be surprised to know that pretty much the number one topic, which Waleed asked about, which certainly others asked about, Clutch Guardy, Kin Knows Ball to an extent, S. Castro, lots of people asked about the Ryan Weathers, Will Warren situation. And I looked into it, and first of all, the Yankees are in such an unbelievably good place when it comes to starting pitching. And I'm not talking about the fact that they stand to get Garrett Cole and Carlos Rodon back. What I'm talking about is the fact that the Yankees have 3 pitchers who all rank in the top 15 of all of the following 4 stats among qualified starters: Sierra, strikeout minus walk rate, strikeout rate, and xFIP. Cam Schlittler is in the top 4 of all of those. Ryan Weathers is in the top 10 of all of those. And Will Warren is in the top 15 of all of those. So there's all this talk about send Ryan Weathers to the bullpen when Cole and Rodon come back, this, that. Ryan Weathers and Will Warren have both pitched like top 15 qualified starters in baseball to this point, and we could not be more spoiled with the production that we're getting out of guys who were not going to be relied on to be super long-term rocks for this team. But Steve, how do you see that situation breaking down? There's talk about 6-man rotations. There's talk about sending guys to the bullpen. There's talk about this stuff just working itself out as it tends to do. But do you see any daylight between Warren and Weathers? What have you noticed from each guy?
No, I think, like you said, they've both shown upside that we've both seen from them in the past, or with Weathers, he's new this year, but that we were able to look at from the past, and they've both performed that way. I think what I keep thinking of is I don't know why people are so, I know everybody wants to know because it's going to be that pressing question, but Garrett Cole is going to be a while. We know that, even though he's already made his first minor league start. Carlos Rodon hasn't done anything yet. Honestly, it's been a little cagey with Carlos Rodon. He kind of had a little setback. He hasn't gotten into any minor league games yet. And if he's supposed to be first, Luis Gil is the obvious candidate out there. I feel like we're just at least a month away from even having to answer this question. I feel like we will probably see as much pitching from this point on, if not more, than we've already seen from them before this decision has to get made. So there's just so much more data that can happen that would inform our decision. Injuries can happen, right? So I don't know if it's really worth racking your brain about it right now, and just appreciate the fact that they're pitching well. I think that's really where I'm at with it. I know it's fun to play games and think about it, but if I had to lean away, if you're twisting my arm, I think the innings with Weathers and his injury history primes him to be a guy that doesn't throw like 150 or more innings this year. It seems unlikely that that would be the case, whereas Will Warren was a model of durability last year. So I find it hard. Like, I saw an account that's a smart guy, I forget who it was, but somebody I do like, who was very confidently saying like they should just send Warren to the minors when that all happens. So I'm like, I just can't fathom sending Will Warren to the minors after the durability and plus stuff he showed last year and what he's done so far this year. It would seem like malpractice to send that guy to the minor leagues.
Yeah, I can't.
So,
I certainly can't support that.
Not right now. I mean, things could change if he's not pitching well and blowing up, and yeah, that can all change. But as of right now, I think just enjoy what you got right now, and then we'll deal with it when it happens. But so closer to the it'll work itself out team, I think, is where I'm at.
Whipple, welcome back to the pod. How do you see it?
I mean, I second that on Warren. Like I've seen Warren pitch as I know you saw Warren pitch this week, but I saw him against the Angels, and I saw him pitch in 2024 against the Angels. The first time I saw him, he got shelled. I remember how badly he pitched. I think it was like an emergency call for a doubleheader. And I think just comparing him 2 years ago when he was just getting his legs under him and how shaky he was, and even at times last year to now, I know it wasn't the best start on Monday, but for 3 innings, he looked great and kind of fell apart. And then Saturday, he looked even better. And there's a lot of value in a guy who will give you his usual 5 to 6 innings, 2 runs with occasional, upside to go better than that. And I think I mean, I totally agree. I would have said the same thing. I think people undervalue that, and that's nothing against Weathers, but I share similar concerns about durability, and we have nothing to question Will Warren's durability at this point. I think if you are lucky enough to get Garrett Cole and Carlos Rodon back, you might even be able to use some form of a 6-man rotation. I mean, the whole point, as we know, is keeping guys healthy, keeping everyone rested for the playoffs. Especially with Cole, I think there's going to be major kid gloves on him. So I would not be shocked if you're lucky enough to get to that point, if there was some kind of arrangement to allow everyone to get more rest, or at least for a little bit. But yeah, totally stock up on Will Warren. I think he's been one of the best parts of the season to watch.
Yeah, so first of all, I love what I've seen from Will Warren. Absolutely love it. He's been phenomenal, and we should appreciate that so much. What I will say with regard to Ryan Weathers is, if you are getting a healthy season out of Ryan Weathers, it would be a real shame to then shut it down. And look, both guys have concerns. They've both been terrific, but Will Warren has third time through the order concerns. He has platoon concerns. Ryan Weathers has guys don't miss his fastball and quality of contact concerns and health concerns. Like, they're legitimate concerns, to overuse the word, that you could have with both guys. But I'm very excited about what a fully healthy season of Ryan Weathers would look like. And the idea of him throwing 60 innings or whatever, and then getting bumped out of the rotation is just it makes me kind of sad. There's not much more to it than that, other than I want to see what would happen because he's so electric.
Yeah. Well, they acquired him because they thought so high. You know what I mean? They didn't view him as he'll just end up in the bullpen kind of situation. I don't think that's why they got him. But I mean, really think about it. When was the last time the Yankees made it into the summer without some kind of pitching injury? I mean, or any team. I mean, someone's
it doesn't happen.
It just doesn't happen. And hopefully it's not a Max Fried or a Cam Schlittler or something, but you can draw every pitcher is kind of fragile. If you really look through it, like maybe the most purely durable guy we have is like Will Warren, right? If you'd like, everybody else has some kind of concern. Fried has had, like last year, Fried was durable, but he has had in his career recurring issues. I think Cam Schlittler is just inherently a concern, which maybe isn't fair to him, but I think he just has to be.
Yes.
And Ryan Weathers is the most injured man on the planet. And I mean, so someone's going to get hurt. And you're talking about two pitchers that haven't made their way back yet from major surgeries and injuries. So who knows how that happens? So it's just, I think it'll work itself out.
And I also don't think it's like as easy as people think it is to just say, Will Warren, you're a reliever now after not being a reliever for your whole entire career. Like Ryan Weathers, you've been preparing to start all year. Now you're going to throw one inning on Tuesday night. Like there's a whole process. Like even with Heel, I mean, I don't think Luis Heel is suddenly going to be a bullpen guy if Rodon or Cole's back. I think he's probably going back to the minors and he's going to start.
That's fine.
I don't think Luis Heel is necessarily a major league pitcher.
No, I think that there's an outside chance if he can just go full for an inning and just throw 100 miles an hour, like there might be value there, but we'd have to see
if that's still there.
Do that.
Sure.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I did appreciate a point that Scott at SCOKOH made on Twitter. He basically said in response to a concern about the veteran guys not going for a 6-man rotation that you could have a 6-man rotation and then just skip guys on off days. So the guys who really care about pitching every 5th day get to pitch every 5th day.
Sure.
Which, maybe that works. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know how interested they'd be in it. But like, you could see it as a lot of people feel like there's a wasted bullpen spot between Blackburn and Yarbrough. Like you only need one of those guys. Does that spot have to be taken by a bullpen arm, or could you give it to a starter? And if you could give it to a starter, there are ways to work it with the 6 guys that you hope to have all healthy at once.
I think maybe in the event that truly everybody comes back and is healthy at the same time, you might see something like that. I do not think if Luis Heel is the 6th man,
no.
You would see
if
that,
Luis
right?
Heel is the 6th man, you should have a 4-man rotation.
And I just think, and maybe it's just pessimism in modern baseball, but I just find it so unlikely that we have those 6 top guys all healthy and ready to go at the same time. I just don't think it's going to happen. So we'll see. I mean, hopefully it's not a major injury for anybody, but somebody could just not pitch well either. So, I mean, who knows? I'm worried about Carlos Rodon in general, which maybe isn't based on anything real, but it's just weird how he's been handled. It was weird how his velocity dipped last year. I don't know. I'm feeling weird about Rodon.
I'm getting 2023 vibes. But just for him, like, I feel like...
I don't know about that, but...
No, Whipple, you just come on this podcast, you take months-long hiatuses, and then you come on this podcast and you're like, I hate Trent Grisham. I hate Carlos Rodon. I don't think the team is good. Come on.
No, I merely mean it in the sense that I'm concerned. We've seen him have a normal buildup in good seasons. We saw him not have a normal buildup, have a bad season. I'm worried that he is someone that might not do as well in whatever is going on. Like, you're right. It's very cagey. Like, he got hurt again. Like, he's sore, but then he's pitching a bullpen. I didn't mean 2023 vibes like he's going to do that, but I don't think it's a guarantee he's just going to come back and be like, okay, we're good. And Cole, I'm going to say Cole, I'm going to sing Cole praise until I die, but like, there is no way that Garrett Cole's going to be Garrett Cole for a while.
No, it is weird that I have more faith that Garrett Cole will come back and be like useful, serviceable. Maybe he's not prime Garrett Cole, but for whatever reason, I just feel so confident that if he's back and he's comfortable being back, like he feels like he's ready to be back, that he will be a useful starting pitcher. Carlos Rodon is just, I don't know.
From the time Garrett Cole comes back through the end of the season, how many Yankees starting pitchers do you think will be better than him?
2. I think Fried and Schlittler will probably be better than him. I don't know if you can guarantee anybody else.
So tempted. I mean, logically, you say 2. I would say 1. I'm dusting off the old Garrett Cole optimism.
Who's the one?
Realistically, Fried. I mean,
Fried.
I don't know. I feel like Schlittler is going to have a bit of a fallback.
I have thought that too, but it's not based in anything measurable. It's just based in my stomach, and it's just he just keeps going out there and being so good, and not just getting lucky or like the bottom line, like everything that man is doing from like a pitch data standpoint to a result standpoint, batted ball stuff. Like he is a freak show. I think injury is the only thing that gets in the way of Cam Schlittler. I really do.
Yeah, I mean, if he, there's. The fastballs are also good. I'm not really worried about the fact that he throws them for strikes. Like it's
freaky.
Like he has to pound the zone, but guys can't do anything about it. It's like, remember when Yuri Perez was pitching against the Yankees and like nobody could touch his fastball, but he kept not throwing it, so he walked everyone. Cam is like the opposite of that. Nobody can hit his fastball, so he just keeps throwing it.
That was the funniest Girardi bit where he was like, that slider he has is just not good. And then they kept smacking it around. That was great.
Another question from S. Castro. Who's in your circle of bullpen trust right now besides Tim Hill?
I love Tim Hill.
I like Tim Hill. Even though his velo's down, I still think Bednar is useful. I think he's fine. He's fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Outside of that, though, I mean, Hedrick has been good.
I still trust Fernando Cruz. I still trust Fernando Cruz.
Don't. Yep. Trust is not the word I would use for Fernando Cruz.
I trust Fernando Cruz.
I think he is the right guy to go to in a do or die situation with like men on you need Ks. Like, yes, do it because he's the guy that can do it.
That's literally trust.
That's a
good point.
But it's more like somebody else that's going to allow contact and give up that winning run or something like that. Like, if you just need somebody to get a strikeout, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's hard to distinguish the difference there. But
do you want to hear the list of Yankees pitchers who have allowed a lower xwOBA this year than Fernando Cruz?
Well, he just walks everybody, man.
Walks have a super high xwOBA.
Yeah, counts for xwOBA. Yeah.
We're relievers or pitchers?
Give us the
it's
list.
Actually a good thing you called that out because I was looking at xwOBacon for a second. They are Will Warren, Ryan Yarbrough, Dave Bednar, Camilo Doval at 274, Max Fried, Cam Schlittler, and of course
lower xwOBAs or higher?
Lower.
So
and of course
is
Tim
not
Hill.
That low. Okay.
I mean, it's 312. Like you wouldn't think a hitter with a 312 xwOBA is all that good.
I would imagine his bacon is a lot better though, because I don't think he's. I don't know because he's. His
xwOBacon is 307, which is the fifth lowest on the team, and one of the guys ahead of him is Yeri, which shouldn't really count. So it's really fourth, I would argue, behind Yarbrough, Fried, and Hill. Tim Hill leads the Yankees in xwOBacon and xwOBA allowed because he's him until proven otherwise.
You know, this one might be a hot take, and I understand why they had to do it because they needed an arm, but I think Jake Bird was unjustly sent down.
Yeah,
I know the bottom line results weren't there, but look at even just he wasn't walking. He had like one walk.
Yeah,
with how many Ks and like I mean it was ridiculous. I mean
he has to be the first guy back once the 2 weeks.
I hope so. Yeah, I'd rather have him than Angel Shavi'i or Yeri De Los Santos.
Given what that
try that Giovanni Cruz guy, that's something, but I don't know.
Yeah, given what that game turned into, I feel like he just was left out to take up another inning, and then they knew he was going down. I don't think that was. I mean, he didn't pitch well, but I agree it wasn't like this is the final straw.
No, his FIP is like 2 point something, despite having a 7 ERA. I mean, he has 11 something Ks per nine, only one walk that whole time. I mean, I don't know. I know some of the hard hit stuff is there, but he was getting Ks and not walking people, which
3.27 FIP, 2.78 xFIP.
Okay.
Yeah, 11.57 Ks per nine, 1.29 walks per nine.
Yeah, I mean, God, if you would just show me that for Jake Bird, I would have been like, oh my God, we just turned him into a demon. Like, if you had showed me that.
I think he'll be back and be good.
I hope so. He hasn't really pitched. I was looking. I think he only has like a third of an inning in AAA so far, so he hasn't really done anything. Yeah.
Last question from S. Castro. Which early season talk radio fan narrative is the most annoying or most wrong? Top of my head examples are hating Trent Grisham and thinking he stinks. Boone's use of Ben Rice has been bad and making the team lose.
either or. I think the Trent Grisham one probably has the most legs to it being stupid. Like that's
Yeah.
like
Well, I would
just
say the
wait.
Boone one because I'm like, oh, I mean, players being good or bad is whatever, but we're really still going to talk about the manager playing when clearly it's working. I guess that was, and that was a point you made, Will. Clearly that we're going to talk about playing decisions when clearly he's getting the absolute most he can out of the first base situation. And I would say at third base, it's been good too, the way he's managed Rosario and McMahon. And yet it's like McMahon hits a home run, you know, oh, he's back. Oh no, why is Rosario playing? Like when McMahon gets playing time with Rosario, it's going to be the reverse. It's just, you're never going to win.
And then Rosario hits a home run the next day.
Yeah, like that's the absolute best result. It shouldn't be like, why is X playing over Y? It's like you are getting the best you can out of both X and Y.
Yeah, I agree. You can't distinguish that, right? Like the results are there. Like how can you never can know for sure that the Boone's usage of them is not the reason why it's succeeding so much.
Exactly.
And
Paul Goldschmidt has to play. I mean, he's got to play at some point.
Yes.
He's here, right? Like you can argue.
Yes.
Yeah, you can argue, should he be here? That's a different argument. But he's here, so he has to play. And Rice isn't catching.
Yeah, until they're cool with him catching, then what are you supposed to do? There's nothing else you can do. They play the same position. That's it.
I have been wondering if there's something that they're not telling us about the Ben Rice catching situation. Because, like, he only caught once in spring training.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like they've really considered it to this point. I'd like his bat in the lineup a little bit more often. Like, it'd be cool if he hit as often as Aaron Judge does. But to your points, Paul Goldschmidt is a great player to have in there against left-handed pitching, regardless of what Ben Rice does in like 20 plate appearances. That's just true. And that's what he exists to do. But it does feel a little bit weird to me that like Ben Rice caught some last year, that he's not caught at all this year. I think people were saying that Boone said on like Talking Yanks or something that Rice would catch 15 or so times this year, which he could easily do if he doesn't catch until Memorial Day, and we wouldn't even really notice it happening. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just very pleased with Ben Rice. It's so great.
Yes,
and
I
I'm
don't want him
amenable
catching
because of that. That's, you know what? That's fair. But I'm amenable to arguments about how to get Ben Rice in the lineup more often because it's just really fun to watch Ben Rice hit.
Then the dude takes like a bunch of fastballs off his knees catching, and he's not as good of a hitter anymore. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how big of a thing that it's hard to measure that, but catchers don't hit well, and I'm sure that's not just because they're incapable of hitting well. It's just a hard position to play. So like, just maximize the bat.
I was talking to a coworker today who's from Toronto about the Alejandro Kirk thing, and like the thought of Ben Rice sitting back there and having a ball fouled off his glove hand, and now he's out for 2 months, like that would ruin my life. So,
you know, there was a on talking Yanks a little bit ago. My brother shared a clip with me. There was my brother. I forget who it was, but somebody sent me a clip of hey brother of no, it was a different friend of mine. Actually, it wasn't him. But
sorry, Pete.
It was John Boy talking about how he's talked to people in the organization about Ben Rice. And the Yankees internally think that Ben Rice is like the third best hitter in baseball. Like they think he is the best hitter out there. It's like Aaron Judge, Shohei Ohtani, Ben Rice. Like that's how they view him, and they are coddling the hell out of him, protecting him, like making sure he's like getting every bit of beneficial runs. So they might just be like, let's not mess around with catching. Like Ben Rice is the truth. And I don't disagree with that take if that's actually what it is. I don't want to mess around with him catching. I'm totally fine with it. Emergencies, sure, but no.
It's crazy that we went from Isaiah Kiner-Falefa being the emergency catcher to Ben Rice being the emergency catcher.
Different ceiling.
My question with the Ben Rice and Goldschmidt, and I know what the answer is probably no, but we did see, okay, is there any chance Stanton could play the outfield? But he did last year. And
but he only does it in emergencies.
Yeah.
He only does it when like Judge literally can't.
Yeah.
I know. What if Judge could play center and Stanton could play right like once in a while?
No.
I don't know. Stan's going to get hurt eventually anyway, right? Like, I don't know.
You also can't. I don't think you can have an outfield where Judge is in center and Stanton's in right. I think if Stanton's in right, you probably need Bellinger to be in center.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Judge
Or
is ever
just-
going to really play center field again. Not unless it's like a
No, and he shouldn't,
crazy pitch.
except
No.
to farm WAR.
He did do that a lot.
He did, and I respected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I love Ben Rice. I asked some
So
friends today, and I'd be interested in your takes on this. How many first basemen are you sure are better than Ben Rice?
There's no non-homer answer to this question, so I don't know. Am I sure?
Yeah.
Is Vladdy better than Ben Rice? I don't think the sample's large enough for Ben Rice yet, right? I want to say Ben Rice. Trust me, I really want to, but don't think the sample's there. Like I think that's all it is with Ben Rice is just the sample. He's got to just do it for a little bit longer. So I don't know.
Yeah.
There's still a number.
I think it's 2.5.
Like Olsen,
I think it's Freddie Freeman and
Freeman.
then choose one of Matt Olson and Vladdy.
Who else is even in competition there? It's really those three. Who else is
Kurtz.
like?
I mean, preseason you might have said Kurtz, but he's been like
got
okay this year.
Start. Yeah.
He's turned it
okay.
around. He's up
Has
to
he
like a
really?
150 WRC plus or
Oh,
something
is he
already.
really? Oh wow. Okay, it was like a week ago.
Or no, it's not 150,
grim.
but it's what is it? I looked today. Oh, it's 130, and he's projected as like a 140, 145 over the rest of the year.
Yeah,
So,
I didn't. I had no, and he's
Yeah.
insane. I just
Yeah.
I knew he had gotten off to a slow start. Yeah, I mean, you could maybe still argue Kurtz. I guess I don't know.
I think Rice has a case against everyone except Freeman, and he has a winning case against everyone except like Freeman, Olsen, and Vladdy.
I think there's a remarkably good chance that by year's end we are saying Ben Rice is the best first baseman in baseball, though. Would not
There
shock
is.
me.
I think by All-Star game voting, it might even be, more. It's not a guarantee that he might, I know it's going to be Yankee support, but like numbers wise, I think it might be like, think about Vladdy. Like Vladdy doesn't have the best regular season numbers. He has 1 home run this year. He's like middle of the road WRC pluses. I mean, 2021 was an outlier. I'm going to be a Vlad hater.
2021 was an outlier, but he did in 24 and 25 average like 4.6 WAR and a 150 WRC plus.
He's very good.
So
he's very good.
Yeah, but like Ben Rice might be the 3rd best hitter in baseball.
Yeah,
could be. I love that Ben Rice is getting
Will
some
be.
cosmic course correction this year too, with a
He deserved it.
higher xwOBA than xwOBA. But I mean, the thing is, like, yeah, is he overperforming a smidge? Sure, but he's still rocking what, like a 470, 460 xwOBA right now. I mean, like,
Yeah.
Okay, it's insane. It's Judgian right now.
Yeah, Ben Rice has a 461 xwOBA here on Monday night.
That's insane. Well, like a 520 WOBA.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got some more questions from Jacob at exit_velo. Concern level for Jazz dropping in bat speed.
I don't know about the bat speed specifically, but I would say I am inching into a level of Jazz concern. I'm not fully there, but it's bad. Like it's kind of irredeemably bad from a data standpoint right now, which doesn't mean that it's going to stay that way. I think people sometimes look at savant bubbles and think it like peers into the soul of a player to tell them what their true worth is, which doesn't, right? If you can be a not great hitter and have an amazing week and your savant page is going to be red as heck, right? That's how that works. But it's not great right now. Visually it looks bad too. It's just bad in every respect right now. I don't know about the bat. Is it bat speed really that far down?
So his bat speed is down 1.1 miles an hour. And I wanted to see I wanted to like put that in context and see what I thought about it. So Judge's is down 1.3 miles an hour.
It is down.
Obviously, he's fine. No, don't do that.
Do what?
Aaron Judge, so
listeners have no idea what I did.
Yeah, but viewers do. And we have those.
It's viewer exclusive content right there.
Yeah, there we go. The face, an eyebrow.
So Judge's xwOBA on contact, xwOBAcon in 2025 was 592. This year it's 593. So the bat speed change exists, but there may not be a lot to make of it.
Were you talking about Judge?
Judge, yeah.
Judge, yeah.
So
and he's just walking less. That's honestly the most
the
notable
entire
player,
difference in his xwOBA is that he has like an 11% walk rate instead of 18.
Yeah.
So some guys who have experienced drops of half a mile an hour or more in their bat speed. You have some guys who are not doing great, like Cal Raleigh, Gunnar Henderson.
Ben Rice.
You have some
dropped it.
A little bit, yeah, 0.9 miles an hour. You have some guys who are doing great, like Ben Rice.
Oh, I didn't mean to kill that moment for you. I'm sorry.
Shohei Ohtani, bat speed down a mile an hour. Kyle Schwarber, bat speed down 1.3. Manny Machado, bat speed down 1.3. Brandon Lau, down 1.5. Vinny Pasquantino, down 2.8. Jesus Sanchez, down 4.3. So it's not like the be-all, end-all by any means.
No,
there are guys who can succeed with lower bat speed. There are other things I'm more concerned about with Jazz than the bat speed. What I will say, though, is recently he just decided that he was going to walk, and that has been encouraging. Like, most of his walks this year have come in, like, the last few days. It hasn't translated to better batted ball results, and he's still striking out a lot. I think in the last few games, he has a 35% walk rate and a 35% strikeout rate, which is just insane. But the walks coming back, I find to be an encouraging sign that he hasn't like lost the ability to see the ball, and there should be something that the bat can follow there. But yeah, to this point, it's been horrible, and you have to really kind of grasp at straws to, find anything good. Whipple, how concerned are you?
Right. Well, my first question is, we got bat speed tracking last year, right? Like during the year.
Yes, we had 24 also. We had 24.
We got it from the middle of 24 on.
Oh, the middle of 24.
Didn't it retroactively go to 20? Don't we have some 23 data too?
I thought it was retroactive to the middle of 24. Maybe it was retroactive to the middle.
I think we have a little 23. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just curious, do we is that pretty predictive? Like, does that change? Is there going to be a big jump for people when the weather gets warmer?
That's what I was actually going to say.
Yeah.
And I don't know enough about that, right? But our friend Ryan Garcia told me, and I'm just taking it for face value, that bat speed doesn't stabilize until a little bit later into the season. The weather warms up, and it does typically go up. I have not done the research on that to know if that's true, but it would make sense, right?
Yeah.
It would make sense.
I mean, I feel like with Jazz, I'm less concerned based on that one metric, and more, I'm just concerned, like, he's not someone who can go on like a Judge run where it's like, the numbers are bad and it can suddenly get back to normal. He can, but I'm worried with him, like it's going to spiral or it's going to stagnate. And he obviously will always have good defense, will always steal, but you're never going to get a 300 average from him. You're never going to get these this run where you can just recover your whole stats. I think he will be better, but I didn't think this was ever going to have a 3-week stretch that looked like this. And that's not even to say the mental part of it. I mean, there's been, with him, I feel like that is kind of a concern at times. So there's not going to be a situation in which I don't think he would be the second baseman, but yeah, maybe it's a situation where he drops down the lineup. I don't know what that might look like, but I'd say it's starting to go from yellow to a light red in terms of concern.
So Jazz is swinging slightly faster than he was last April. And last July, he was swinging 2.5 miles an hour faster than he was last April. Yeah. So he did add a lot during the season. So
even if you look at his other years, like 24 bat speed, 23 bat speed, he's actually a little up versus those years. I mean, obviously last year is the year you'd want him to model after the most.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's not out of line or anything from what he used to do. And I mean, if you look at the defense, he's already put up 4.08. I mean, he's playing insane second base defense. We've seen some of those plays too. He's made some unbelievable range plays.
He's on pace to have his best defensive base running season.
And he's stealing
as
bases,
a Yankee and maybe ever.
Yeah.
He's applying as much value as he can for being first percentile, all xwOBA, everything. So I mean, he's doing the most he can with what he's got. So
I mean, this just isn't an area where they're going to make a change. So it's like, I'm concerned, but it's not something that I think needs to be addressed. So
he has every motivation in the world, right? He's a free agent
exactly.
Next year. Like,
but I will say, I mean, what's the percentages that he comes back at this point? Because I just am.
It's so early. I mean, there's a great chance he comes back.
I don't think so.
I mean, to say that his season numbers will recover to where he'd want them to be,
I mean,
I think there's enough that this is going to hit it. But I mean,
like next year, like re-signing after the year.
I don't know. I think the Yankees might view him as too volatile to sign long term. Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
I think he's going to be the best available option at that position.
For sure.
That's kind of a low bar to clear, even though he's a very good player. But it might mean that you have to pay him like someone better than Jazz Chisholm to get Jazz Chisholm.
So they'll just pay Gleyber Torres instead then.
That's what they should do. Actually, I don't. Gleyber might be.
Yeah.
Anyway,
he's having a tough time. Yeah.
Not doing.
He's having a tough time. So Bad Yankees Takes, BYT also asked a question about Jazz, but we've already kind of addressed the Jazz situation. The last question we'll address is the second question that BYT asked us, which is the following. And Whipple, I think this is best suited for you. I got paired with a really pretty and nice girl from my class for our final project. We're meeting this week, and I don't want to come off like the unconfident, lifeless incel chud I am. Any advice?
Well, I think what you should do is pull up Baseball Reference, pull out the 2004 Milwaukee Brewers roster, and just start going down the list and just run through all the NL Central teams. And then you could just, go back through some other years. At some point, she's gonna cave. Like it's guaranteed. So I don't know how many baseball players they'll take, but
yes.
She loves Ben Sheets. You love Ben Sheets. You know who was on that team? Junior Spivey.
Oh my gosh, Junior Spivey. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Hate to see Senior Spivey.
Wow. Zing. That was such a dig at Whipple. That was like a quiet dig at Whipple. Like, hey, so yeah, I think you'd know how to answer this question about incel chuds who can't get girls. That's your question.
Look, Whipple is engaged to be married to a human woman, as I said. So I think he would know a lot.
Certainly not. So yeah,
I think he would know a lot about that.
But really, that's basically what I did to get engaged. I just listed baseball players until she said yes.
I think it's kind of a rite of passage. I think it's kind of a rite of passage on this, in this era of the Yankees Files podcast, to have to answer a question about BYT's personal life.
What an era we've entered.
So speaking of women and their relationship to baseball games, I just got to shout out my wife. I'm going to be a wife guy for a second. She knows so much ball because we're at the game on Saturday, and we'll transition into the games that Whipple and I have recently attended. We're at the game on Saturday, and they're going through the starting lineups, and Cody Bellinger is announced. And she's like, are you even like that excited that Cody Bellinger's on the team? And that was such a good question because it got at the heart of the fact that like Cody Bellinger is a good player who is not the player he once was and is a player you'd like to have this year, but is on a deal that you might not like to have. I was like, wow, you really kind of are good at this, huh? So that was a
good
great
for
moment.
her. Good for
and
you.
And then Cody Bellinger hit
wife.
2 home runs.
And you said, yes, I'm excited.
360 xwOBA, man. Like a
double
crazy walk rate. Oh my God. I don't know if it's real, but
yeah, I think we got some questions about like when can we believe the walk rates, particularly with Bellinger and Wells.
Not now, but
not yet.
No, I think you might be able to believe that they're intentionally trying to walk a little bit more. Like I think that's fair to say. Whether or not they're going to stay at Wells will not stay at that mark. That's crazy what Wells is at.
He's walking as much as he strikes out, or more. I think.
I think they both are walking more than they strike out right now, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, Bellinger's rocking the highest xwOBA he has. If it ended today, that'd be the highest in a full season since he won an MVP. I'm pretty sure. If you don't count 2020. So
Craig Grisham also walked a lot.
He actually still had a higher xwOBA in 2020 though. He wasn't awful that year.
Oh, did he?
Actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Trent
was just like
Grisham,
an
yes,
unlucky
walking a
version
lot,
of
377
Grisham.
xwOBA.
Grisham's going to be so fine.
Yeah.
It saddened me that he didn't immediately go off at. Honestly, he kept hitting balls hard right at people after that. After
Yeah.
that 2 home run game, it's really been. He's got the Ben Rice juice this year.
Can you guys guess of everyone who has taken a plate appearance for the Yankees this year, who has the greatest increase in xwOBA from 2025 to 2026? And for guys who were only on the Yankees for a partial season last year, it only considers their xwOBA as a Yankee.
Is it one of those players?
It either is or isn't. But like Randall Grichuk, obviously not a Yankee at all. But so is there a
minimum qualified playing here? Or is it just anybody that's taking it at bat?
It's just anybody, but I'll give you it's not JC Escara, and he has the fewest plate appearances, I think.
Is it Rosario?
Yeah, I thought Rosario maybe.
It is Ahmed Rosario, who I saw in his multi-homer game against the A's, which was just what a ridiculous thing. And Ahmed Rosario,
hey now,
he is, I'm blown away. I never expected that anything like this would happen. He's slugging 533. Ahmed Rosario slugging 533. Now, we all know what the ugly thing that's coming is, and that is he's destroying the baseball. He's more than doubled his previous career high in barrel rate. He's more than tripled his career average in barrel rate. He's more than doubled his career average for home runs per fly ball. He doesn't get on base.
Yeah.
He's hitting 267 with a 306 on base percentage. So I love this version of Ahmed Rosario that just destroys the ball, but the floor is low. And I hope we don't have to experience that, but gosh, man, we're going to be longing for these days at some point, I fear, because it's hard to just always hit balls out of the yard the way Rosario is doing. And it would be nice for him to show just a little bit more of an on-base tool for us to believe in, but it's never been his thing. This is a guy with a 308 career on base. So
he does
the other way you could look at it is he's found a way to capture a bunch of slug without giving up any on base. And that's encouraging. How sustainable is it? We'll see. The expected stats certainly believe in him. But, dude, I've seen Ahmed Rosario hit 3 homers in the last 2 games I've been to. What is going on?
I think the Yankees knew that. I mean, he went to Driveline, right, this winter.
Yes.
He was got his working on getting all his exit velo, his bat speed up. And I think that they targeted him early. He was the first free agent they re-signed after the qualifying guys, after their flurry of initial signings. And the Yankees don't really do that. They usually fill their bench out later, as they did with Goldschmidt. So I think to secure him in December, to say this is a guy we want to be on our bench. Yeah, people are going to criticize all the moves that Cashman makes or doesn't make, but this has already been a home run, literally and figuratively, based on, the WAR versus what they paid for him.
It's been coming too. I mean, if you look at even just his 2025 batted ball data, big jumps from his career norms. And it was a small enough sample that you're well, I don't know, is it kind of fluky? But then if you just you read more about it, he is actually making tangible changes. He went to Driveline. He's doing things if you look at him before 2025, his batted ball data, how hard he impacted the ball, it is just he's a whole different player since last year. He really has just completely turned into a whole different kind of thing. So to me, it feels real-ish. He's not that old. I know.
Yeah. I feel like he feels older to me.
He feels like a 35-year-old, who's trying to get his last licks in. Yeah, but that's not it.
Do you guys, do you think you know how old Ryan Weathers is?
That's a good question. I think he's 27, 26. Or is he younger than that? He might be younger than that. I don't know.
25?
He's 26, which I think feels very young for Ryan Weathers because he debuted in 2020.
Yeah, he came up really young. Yeah, and he
Yeah,
was bad. He was so bad initially. Yeah.
Yeah, but he appeared in the playoffs in 2020 as I guess he had turned 21 the previous offseason.
He was a big
And then
prospect. He was like a top 10 draft pick, right? He was like a very big
Yeah, he was a
guy.
big deal. He was like I guess Fangraphs didn't rank him in his prospect graduation year, but I remember him being kind of a notable guy. He was 7th overall pick.
Yeah.
And was a Baseball America top 100 guy in 2021 and a Pipeline top 100 guy in 2019.
Yeah, he was a lefty who threw really hard, and he came out of high school, so he was really raw and all that kind of stuff. But there was always that hope for upside.
Whipple, would you like to tell the people about the ridiculousness of the recent Yankees games you've attended?
Well, okay, so well, it was funny. At one point last year, I think I went to like 4 straight games that were like a blowout in one direction or the other, and I remember thinking like, "Oh, I just am not going to any exciting games anymore." It was like when the Yankees got blown up by the Red Sox, and they blew up the Nationals, they got blown up by the Tigers. So the last 4 games, and 3, they haven't won all of them, but I was saying to Will, the last 4 games I've been to were the Jose Caballero walk-off to clinch the postseason spot last year. So that 9th inning, which was a wild 9th inning, and which also featured a game-tying wild pitch on a ball 4, which somehow I saw again. Then I went to game 1 of the wild card series, which was a memorable 9th inning for the wrong reasons, because seeing bases loaded, no one out, and then not scoring a run was not fun in a playoff game. So that wasn't great. But then this year I went to the Yankees Marlins. I wouldn't call it a slugfest. It was like a messy 40-degree like error fest, like blue pits and not the 9-7 Saturday game that is right now the longest 9-inning game in pitch clock history. That saw Stan hit a go-ahead single and then Bednar load the bases in the 9th and somehow get out of it. And then I decided to go again to the 11-10, might be game of the year at this point. Definitely going to be one of the contenders. The first, which first in a lot of senses, first game since the Yankees Twins 2019 memorable game that the Yankees I think gave up 10 runs and still won. And then first game since the Raul Ibanez game, which I love that stat, that a player came into pinch hit and hit a game-tying and go-ahead home run after the 5th inning, which is like so totally different context.
After the 5th inning does so much work in that stat.
After the 5th inning, and the order being reversed of, but Frank Grisham did it. He proved me wrong. I think being at that game is, all these games are like examples of like anything's possible in baseball, which is like the most fun part of going. And I think the Caballero walk-off was like, might have been the most like, oh shit moment I've been to, just because they were 1 strike away from losing that. But this game was like a boxer fight. Like it was, one team punches, the other team punches back. And I remember we were like not walking out, but like, when you walk down to the lower level, you're like, I'll watch the 9th inning, from the concourse, and I'm going to go. And I'm like, there's got to be one more punch back in this. Because I'm like, I've been here too long. There's been too many home runs. There's got to be one more, rally by the Yankees. And then Grisham did what he did. And I will say that, like, the game was so exciting. The way it ended was possibly the weirdest moment I've ever had at Yankee Stadium. I don't know how it looked on TV, but, like, I thought that when they walked out, I thought there was, like, a challenge or something. Like, they didn't know. I think it was, like, McMahon didn't know if he was going to run to first, but they did not look like they won the game. And I think everyone there was kind of confused. And then they just started playing New York, like, oh, they won. Like, it kind of felt like, not the climactic ending, but the wildest game I think I've been to for sure, especially with the players involved. So I was thinking about, the last, like, run of games compared to the previous, stretch of blowouts. And that's, like, the most fun part of going. You really never know what you're going to get when you show up. But I'm hopeful to get, like, an easy win next time. And Will, you've been to Will, you've been to a few games this year that have been wins, so we're carrying a pretty high, high load of the Yankees victories right now. We're undefeated and they're sub 500 without us. It's a pretty hot start for us. Usually I'm the one who's dragging it down, but
yeah, what I was going to ask.
Own.
I was going to ask for you to give us a check-in on the standing of the Whipple curse.
Well, for those who are newer, because I know we have a lot of newer followers, in our first year of doing the podcast, I lived in Boston, and I went to Fenway every time the Yankees played. I think there's 2 different series that summer, and they lost every single game. Like it was 0-5 or 1, or it was. I think I went to the one game that they came back, but we left early or something. It was something horrific. And then the memorable sweep in September where Stanton single-handedly beat the Red Sox. I'd moved by that point, so I wasn't there. And so I think of that, the Whipple curse was born, where I was just destined to go to all these games and the Yankees were going to lose. But as Will and I have compared with our new app, I feel like I got to do a promo for that app now. Since I moved from Boston, we have, I think it was the same record going into the season, and now we're both 2-0. So it's like 19-10 or 20-10, identical records. So, it might not be a curse anymore.
Yeah, so I just checked for myself, and a lot of people know about my 15-game winning streak. That got a lot of play. The Yankees were 15-0.
Engagement on that one.
The Yankees were 15-0 in games I attended from 2014 to 2022. They then proceeded to go 7-9 in their next 16 from April of 23 to April of 25. Don't look now, but I am 9-1 since then. 9-1 in my last 10. The Yankees in games that I attend have a 740 winning percentage. So the Yankees should want me at more games, I think is what that means. But no, I was at the Ahmed Rosario multi-homer game. I was at the Cody Bellinger multi-homer game in which Ben Rice and Ahmed Rosario also homered. I was at one of the best starts of Will Warren's career. It's just been a blast to, get back to my winning ways. Also, of those last 10 games, Will Warren has started 5 or 6 of them. I think 5 of them, and they've won every single one. So that's also kind of an interesting thing. Shout out to Billy Warren. All right, guys. It's been 53 minutes. It's probably time for us to get to that famed segment where we rate our confidence in this team.
My favorite part of the whole podcast, as I say every time.
Would you like to go first?
What was I even at last time? I think I went down, didn't I? Like 0.1 just for the people, didn't I? Isn't that what I did?
So.
What was it?
Yes.
Was it a 9.3 to a 9.2 or a 9.4 to a 9.3? I don't remember. It was something like that. So
I don't recall.
Specific. Let's go at 9.5. I know that's up from either of those options. So I'm going to go 9.5 out of 10. Feeling good about the team. Best team in the American League, I think. Pretty. I thought that going into the year. Easily think it now. So yeah.
There you go. And the Rays lost to the Reds, who are 15-8.
They were losing, but, yeah. Which is the most like Mickey Mouse run ever. They're not good. Like, I mean, seriously, not that I don't believe in their players, but they actually have their team wide OPS plus was like 80. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah. The NL Central.
Yeah.
The Reds lead the NL Central at 15-8 with a -3 run differential.
It's
the
insane.
Cardinals are next at 13-8 with a -8. Then you have the Pirates 13-9 plus 25, the Cubs 12-9 plus 30, and the Brewers 12-9 plus 19. So it's like in reverse order, basically, of what it should be.
Yeah, that will not hold. They came in. Oh my gosh, they came into today's game. I don't know what they did today, but they came in with a 71 OPS plus as a team. Like that's
let's see. They're last in WRC plus at 75 after today's game. They have 0 WAR from position players.
That's insane.
0.0.
If you're a
Terry
Reds fan,
Francona, willing them to win.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you're a Reds fan who's like wants to believe in your team, don't get your hopes up. That's not lasting unless something massive changes. Because they're not even
Although
pitching
Sal
that well, I
Stewart,
don't think.
Sal
Stewart's been
Stewart's
hitting.
really
I think
cool.
he hit a bomb today too, right?
He did. Yep.
Yeah. And Ellie's been actually pretty good. So you got a
Ellie
couple,
made an
but
incredible play on a ball that Junior Caminero hit like 200 miles an hour. Anyway,
I love Ellie De La Cruz. Yeah.
Yeah, he's really cool. Whipple, your confidence in these New York Yankees?
I mean, I would probably say like 9, but given the state of the American League, I got to match the 9.5. Like, we're talking about the NL Central. We're talking about the Yankees' best team in the American League. It has brought me so much joy this year to watch the Yankees' hated rivals, those Red Sox, those Blue Jays, those Astros, all suffer in individually cruel and unusual ways. I mean, if I was really, really truly feeling myself, I'd say the Mets too. I've particularly enjoyed their 11-game losing streak, even though it doesn't pertain to us.
Now. Yes. I think I just feel bad at this point. It was funny like 5 games ago.
Yeah, it's not great for them. But man, like, how great is it to see? The Yankees are fun, but it's so fun to see everyone else just flounder and suffer and choke in all these interesting and new and exciting ways every night. So I'm just thrilled like watching this season.
Sadist,
I'm confident that the Yankees did a lot of that last year and they still had 94 wins. These other teams don't know how to choke and lose like the most heartbreaking loss you've ever seen and then still win 94 games. Like the Yankees were not suffering like this. So they're not on the Yankees level. I don't know what to tell you. This is clearly a better team than their compatriots.
Yes.
That just reminds me of the meme of the guy Kevin Chung in his yearbook. And the quote is, "It's not enough that I should succeed, others should fail."
Yep.
And that's absolutely how I feel about baseball. It's not enough that the Yankees should succeed. I think the Red Sox were playing the Astros at some point like last August. And I tweeted something about how for this series only, it's ethical to root for the Astros. And someone was like, no, I'd really like them to, hurt the Red Sox record. I don't want the Red Sox to make the playoffs, whatever. Or no, it was, I would rather the Red Sox make the playoffs than the Astros. And I was like, no, you don't understand. It's not about postseason matchups. It's not about baseball. It is about truth and justice. And like these transcendent universal things that the Red Sox must lose so that we can have peace and justice in the world. So, indeed. Whipple, I agree with everything you said. And I will join the two of you for the sake of consensus at a 9.5.
Oh, I thought you were the optimist, Will. I thought that you'd always had to one-up me, but no, it looks like...
Do I not have the highest confidence of anyone here?
Okay. No, you have the equal confidence.
You have the lowest, too.
Yeah, you have the lowest and the highest. Pessimist.
Okay, 9.6.
Schrodinger's confidence.
All right, Whipple, it's been great to have you back on the podcast. Any parting shots before we wrap up this 174th edition of the Yankees Files podcast?
A lot of talk of our records today, but we're going to put this to the test in June because there's an even greater streak than the ones we've discussed. We have never been to a game and seen the Yankees lose when we're both there. And we have tentatively confirmed, unless I get scared and chicken out, that we are going to see Yankees versus those hated Red Sox in June. So mark your calendars, everyone. This is going to be quite the streak on the line here. I'm already worried, but I'm going to have confidence. The forces of good will prevail.
Yeah, I mean, we can't lose on 6-6 Kyle Higashioka Day, right?
That's true. We're pulling in all the mystical powers.
Steve, any parting shots from you?
No, I mean, I don't know if you're listening to this as a fan and just you're feeling good because the Yankees are doing better. Just know the Yankees are going to lose games again, and they're going to lose games in a row again, and you're going to feel bad about it again, and you're going to have that impulse to think the Yankees aren't good again. It's going to happen. So enjoy it now, but just keep your head level when things don't go well, and know the team is good and everything will be fine. Because there's just a big emotional play coming up right now. against the Red Sox starting tomorrow. If that series doesn't go well, you will hear the dumbest things said. It'll be relentless. So
and
just
it'll have to
prepare
do
yourselves.
with Alex Cora and whether or not Aaron Boone is nourished.
Alex Cora eats Boone's lunch. Yep. I don't know what that is
That's
that
her
people like to use
master
that
class.
phrase. But yeah, just keep your cool, keep your perspective. It's just a few games. Everything will be okay. That's my parting shot.
It's a very good message, Steve. Yeah, I would echo that. We got a few questions, and I really appreciate this about the people who listen to this podcast. Is I think they're good at keeping level heads, because I got a few questions from people who were frustrated by the fact that there are so many people out there who basically just outrage bait and insist that the team is terrible and might prefer that the team be terrible.
Right.
And I think we have, an intelligent group of listeners who see through that kind of thing and who are able to ride out the highs and lows of the season and understand that
for sure
a good team will ultimately show itself to be a good team. So shout out to all those listeners and followers.
Wasn't that your phrase? The cabinet? For our fans,
yes.
Right?
Shout out to the cabinet.
Yeah.
We are the files and you are the cabinet.
You hold us together, man. It's just the fans. Like, you keep us all together, all organized.
Thank you, as always, for listening to the podcast. You can keep up with everything we do at yankeesfiles.com. You can follow us on Twitter, where we are at Yankees Files. The podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. We hope that if you like it, you'll download, rate, review, subscribe, give it a thumbs up, whatever else. We hope that if you don't like it, you'll just juice our numbers and you won't interact with us negatively, because that's mean, and who has time for that? The full video podcast is also available for Spotify listeners and goes up on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/@crosstownsports. We will be back similar time, similar place next week to recap the series against the Red Sox and Astros. And until then, let's go Yankees.
Let's go Yankees.
And I say, hey, yeah, 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 hey, yeah, yeah. I say, hey, I hate you for this. Hit